Hello, it's me, Sarah, and I'm back here again with another video. This one, talking about my unpopular opinions. If you didn't already know, I have another unpopular opinions video, and you can watch that one after you finish enjoying this one, because this one's gonna be super juicy. Actually, I don't know how unpopular these opinions are. These are just things I've never heard people talk about, which is why I consider them unpopular, but they could very well be popular opinions. Who knows? I don't. So, I'm gonna get right into this. So my first unpopular opinion is that I find it kind of weird that a lot of Instagram models and self-proclaimed fashion icons on Instagram, they wear a lot of the same clothing. I mean, Instagram models all wear the same clothing, that makes sense. Let's forget about them. So, the fashion icons, though, a lot of these girls wear these same exact outfits, and I thought being a fashion icon, being iconic with your fashion, meant that you were doing something unique. You were doing something that no one else is doing. Following trends isn't iconic. The most iconic people are the people that stood out, people who don't follow the trends. A lot of them girls be wearing, because it's predominantly women, be wearing chunky sneakers and Doc Martens with every single outfit, and it's like, honey, that's not unique. We've seen it before. Everyone's doing it. I mean, not me, but a lot of people are doing it. So, before you label yourself a fashion icon, just try to remember what iconic means. That sounds so harsh. So my next unpopular opinion, get ready, because you're about to be offended. Actually, I don't know, but I don't care. Barbecue sauce is disgusting. I don't want to say anything else about it. It's disgusting. You're never gonna convince me otherwise. Next unpopular opinion, people need to learn to differentiate between insults and constructive criticism, because there are so many people who will blatantly insult people and then be on some, I'm just trying to help you out. No, honey. You're not helping anybody by calling them ugly. You're not helping anybody by saying, ew, that makes you look fat. Ew, this. Ew, that. What's wrong with your hair? That's not constructive criticism. That's just blatant insults. I've seen people do this all the time, especially on the internet, especially women. Oh my gosh. It's insane. People really think that criticism, insulting someone is the same thing as constructive criticism. I personally think constructive criticism has, 2 or 3 main components. You point out the issue in a respectful way, and you provide possible solutions, And you also have to recognize, just because you give someone constructive criticism doesn't mean they have to take it. Who are you? Even if you are an expert, no one has to take your advice. And because people are so quick to say, oh my gosh, people don't know how to take criticism, which is true. There are plenty of people who don't know how to take criticism, but I feel like there are just as many people who don't know how to give constructive criticism. They just blatantly insult people and think, oh, I'm just trying to help you out. No. You're just being mean, okay? Next unpopular opinion. I don't understand the appeal of porn. I really don't. Why do people want to see other people having sex? I don't get it. Why do you want to watch 2 people or 3 people or 4 people or however many people have sex? Like, why? I don't get it. Someone please explain what is so awesome and attractive about other people having sex. I don't see the appeal. I just don't. I don't get it. Someone explain it. Somebody who is an avid pornography watcher, explain it to me, because I don't get it. I'm not even trying to judge people who are watching porn. Like, you do you, I don't care. It doesn't affect me. I'm just saying, why? What is the appeal? Because I don't get it. Next unpopular opinion. I don't think people should judge someone's talents or abilities just because they don't like them as a person. I've seen this so many times firsthand where somebody doesn't like someone as a person, so they'll immediately discount all their abilities and talents. There was this person that I actually went to school with, right? And this person was fine admitting that a certain person that we both know is, very talented. They're a talented actor, they're a talented singer, and whatnot. As soon as that person that they were willing to admit had talent crossed them, oh no, now this person can't act, they can't sing, they're ugly, they deserve bad things to happen to them. And I'm just like, I think it's ridiculous. I don't care how much I dislike you. I'm not going to not be able to acknowledge good things about you. Just because I don't like you doesn't mean I'm going to immediately be like, oh, you're ugly. Just because I don't like if I think someone's attractive, even if I stop liking them as a person, I'm not going to be like, oh, you're ugly now. No, I'm still going to be like, yeah, you're attractive, but I don't like you. Yeah, you're a good singer, but I don't like you. Yeah, you're great at basketball, but I don't like you. I'm not going to immediately disregard someone's things that a person is good at, or the fact that they might be attractive just because I don't like them. I think it's weird that people do that. And honestly, I think it's kind of childish when people do that. But I know adults that do that. So, people should totally stop. Next unpopular opinion. People really throw around the word psychopath too easily. Way too easily. Somebody will do something that's slightly weird. Oh my gosh, psychopath. She's such a psychopath. That's so crazy. She's so crazy. Let me tell you, she sleeps with the lights on. Psychopath. Sleeps with the lights on. She's a psychopath. Like, okay, who cares? People will literally call people psychopaths over the most minuscule things that they find strange. Just because someone does a few strange things doesn't mean they're a psychopath. Please look up the definition of psychopath. First of all, it's called Antisocial personality disorder. Psychopath is just a pop culture reference for all you uncultured swine. I used to be a psych major. I know, actually I didn't even learn that from being a psych major. I learned that on the internet. But yeah, the correct term for psychopathy and sociopathy is antisocial personality disorder. So, the more you know. Next unpopular opinion. People might fight me on this one, but I don't care. No one should be shamed for not tipping. I don't think you should be. I was shamed the other day. Well, I actually tipped. I was shamed for tipping too little, but and I'm not just saying this because I was shamed the other day. I've had this unpopular opinion before I was shamed, and I typically tip very well. I typically tip at least 15 or 20%. Now that I have money. Before, I would just tip whatever I could if I did tip. But now that I have money, I will typically tip 15 or 20%. But I personally think that people shouldn't be shamed just because they can't tip or just because they don't tip. Even though I think people should tip because, with the knowledge of how much, wait staff typically makes, it's just the nice thing to do. But at the same time, it's not the customer's fault that they chose to work that job. It's not my fault that you chose to work a job that pays you pocket change. You knew going into the job that the job only pays $5 an hour. That's not my fault. You could always go out and get a better job. So don't get mad at me. Your boss is supposed to pay you, not me. Next unpopular opinion. A lot of people misuse the word racist. A lot of people throw around the word racist over the most minuscule things. And not only that, a lot of people actually confuse prejudice and stereotyping for racist. Saying that all black people like fried chicken isn't racist. It's stereotyping. And it's also incorrect, because I know black people who don't like fried chicken at all. I know black people who don't even eat chicken because they're vegetarians. A lot of people, yeah, like I said, a lot of people mistake stereotyping and prejudice for racism. People just look it up, you know? It's not that difficult. This information is online, it's in books. So my next unpopular opinion is that, ooh, this might make people mad. Oh well, I feel very strongly about this one. But you shouldn't be in a relationship if you're broke. Now, I'm not talking about people who like to say they're broke, but still can afford those little luxuries. Like, they can still afford to go out to eat at places that are not fast food restaurants. They can still afford, to get themselves the newest iPhone or whatever. They can still afford to get themselves new clothes on a regular basis. No, I'm not talking about those people who say, I'm broke, but they can still afford little luxuries here and there. No. I'm talking about people who are so broke that they can't even afford to take care of themselves. They barely can make ends meet, And I'm not talking about teenagers, I'm talking about adults. If you're looking to be in an adult relationship, Because if you're already struggling, being in a relationship will only make your financial situation worse. It won't help it at all. Unless, it's a sugar daddy, sugar mama type situation. But then again, that's not the relationship I'm talking about. I'm talking about romantic relationships. And I'm not saying that broke people don't deserve love too. I'm just saying, look out for yourself first before you get into a relationship with someone else, I remember the first time I ever heard somebody say that, I was a little offended because, I was even more broke at the time. So I was just like, oh, rude. But after being in 2 relationships where that was an issue, I completely understand why being broke and being in a relationship just don't mix. They don't mix very well. So don't do it. Or at least I'd advise against doing it. Do whatever you want. So, my last but certainly not least unpopular opinion is that AirPods are ugly and overrated. And I'm not saying this because I can't afford AirPods, because I can. I just don't want to waste my money on something that I personally think is very ugly, and I probably will lose. And I know a lot of people are like, they're so snug, and I definitely won't lose them. Okay, whatever. I mean, that's you. Maybe you're responsible. I'm not saying I'm irresponsible. I'm just saying I'll probably lose them. And those earbuds cost way too much money for me to be losing. Way, And honestly, there are better wireless earbuds out there that are more practical, that are less expensive. Honestly, y'all are mostly paying for the name brand. But it's none of my business. So that's all I have for today. This video is way too long. If you didn't hate this and you made it all the way to the end, you should consider liking. You should consider liking. You should consider subscribing. Follow my social media. I'm not currently using Instagram, but you can still follow my Instagram for when I decide to come back. You can also follow my Snap. I use that on occasion. I'm debating on whether I'll put my Twitter down below because I'm scared. Because I tweet stupid things that I don't know that I'm too comfortable getting out. So maybe I won't link it, maybe I will. But that's all I have for today. See you next time. Bye. Blame it on the HBCU.